Hi everyone, it's Michelle Frost again. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all of the fabulous comments and questions you've been leaving on the blog. If you haven't had a chance, it should be just below this video, so go and have a look. I do actually read every single one of them and take them on board when I come to creating a new video for you. So help me out and let me help you out by putting some questions down below and comments. I've got some really exciting things to share with you now in this video, so let's get started. Okay, we're going to be covering three main points today, mostly about doing some research online and just to see that craft is selling. As we point out here, that craft businesses online are actually a growing market online, so it's a great time to be thinking about getting your craft online. And also, we deem to answer this question: how do I know if my craft will sell online? Which is a great question, and unfortunately one that many people don't stop to ask themselves before they step headlong into an online business, or any business for that matter. And we're also going to do a quick preview of the next video, which is going to be a really good video, by the way, and we're really excited about it. And I also just wanted to mention, before we move on, to make sure that you get on the priority list for the new product that we're about to release in a couple of weeks. It's an awesome product. It's going to really help you get your craft online and make a real go of it. But there's only going to be a limited number of them. So if you want to get on the priority list to make sure that you get advised a couple of hours earlier than everyone else, then make sure you get your name on that list. I know many of you have already done so. Well done. Now, Etsy, this is a site we have already talked about. It's a great place for going and selling your craft, but it also shows that that craft is actually growing. And I'll show you some statistics. You'll be able to get a link to where I got their statistics from underneath this presentation, this movie. So they're actually showing here that Etsy has done over $1 million of craft sales every month. And in fact, if you look at the growth there from October 2008 to October 2009, it really is only going up. The blue line represents unique visitors and the red line represents page views. So it just tells you that it really is a growing market online. Not only that, these are statistics from the Etsy blog, only just very recently on March the 12th, 2010. And they point out that, they actually had $20.2 million worth of goods, craft goods, were sold by their community in just one month in February. That's just 1 month, and that's a 96% increase from their 2009 totals. So, I mean, that's huge if you think about it. So, it's certainly not. It certainly is a place that you need to be. There's no shrinking violet, I was going to say. Another thing you can do to look around and just see that there is quite a market for craft online, especially at the moment, is all the magazines that are being sold online relating to craft. So here at Amazon.com, we're just looking up magazines, and you can see there's 288 magazines being sold relating to craft. Magazines, as I've pointed out there, are an expensive product to produce. If there's no money to be made from them, people aren't buying them, and advertisers aren't buying the advertising space within them, the magazines aren't made. They go out of business very quickly. So the fact that there are a lot of magazines on craft is a really good indicator. So I also ran over to, well, not literally, but went over to magazine.com, and again, there's plenty of craft magazines there as well. Just by looking that up, you can come and have a look for your own particular craft and see if there's magazines for your particular craft around. You probably already know if there are, because you probably subscribe to them and get those magazines at home. Okay, so is there actually a market for your craft? We've established that craft itself sells really well online, but just as an example, we might just run with quilting. You would do similar things with in your own craft when you come to do this process. eBay, we can go and have a look in eBay. eBay is a place, everybody knows about eBay. If you're even looking at this, you probably have been to eBay. I'd be very surprised if you hadn't. But it's a place where people go when they want to buy things. So you have customers there with their wallets open, their credit cards ready to buy. You can go into eBay put in this example, I've put in quilts. Just pretend I'm a customer who wants to buy quilts or something to do with quilts. I've put that into eBay and I get 156,581 results. So, I mean, that's huge, and that would only be people listing things for the next 2 weeks. And even here, the top one, that's an $850 quilt. So, just trying to give you some understanding that yes, there does appear to be, just in our initial research here using eBay, there does appear to be quilts being sold online and people buying them. So go over to eBay and run your craft through there. The other thing we have is eBay Pulse. Not many people know about eBay Pulse. I'll provide a link, but it's also at the bottom of most eBay pages in the small print. But what it does is give you a daily snapshot of the trends and what's selling. So the very first page will just tell you overall what's the highest seller for the day, but also, there's a drop-down box where I've got the arrow. So you can actually refine craft a bit too, so you might be able to see what the highest beading product is for sale, or even quilting product, for example, and what's sold, what's the most popular search. So it's very, very powerful. So it gives you an idea of whether you're a popular thing or not. And also just below this screenshot, there's an area which includes the most watched things as well. Another great place to have a look. Now Etsy, we've already been there once today again. It's a very popular spot. I went and put quilt in Etsy, did a search in there, and they've got 59,549 results for quilts. So there are quilt related items, probably mostly quilts or quilted hats, as you can see there, table runners, things like that, all for sale there at the moment. So definitely people are selling quilts online. I can be happy to say that. For a little bit more of research, I decided to shoot over to Google. That's where most of us start our searching online. I put in sell quilts because, well, we'll just see what kind of sites sell quilts, because that might be handy if I decide I want to go online and before I create my own website, I might like to go and sell some quilts, just like you might do at Etsy. But look, there is actually this, I've circled over there, 1.5 million basically sites that have sell quilts in them in Google at the moment. So that's a lot of activity there too. So then I thought, well, what about your customer? What might they put into Google? They might just put quilts, that's sure, but they definitely might put buy quilts. And again, 2,820,000 pages where you've got buy quilts. So there's something going on in the quilting industry. I definitely have a market there online. Of course, I knew that already, being in the quilting industry online, but this is the sort of research you need to go. The other thing, and I'll just brush over it quickly because we don't have a lot of time on these videos, but the Google External Keyword Tool. Go and have a look there. I've just put in a couple of keywords, quilt and buy quilt, and then Google comes back and tells me, gives me a whole bunch of other keywords, some suggestions, but it also tells me how many searches per month each of those keywords have. And so that's a really powerful thing to know. And on this page here, which is just further down that last page, you can see the buy quilt has 5,400 a month, and buy quilts with an S on the end has 2,900 searches a month. So there are plenty of people getting out there searching for buying quilts. So that's not a bad thing to keep in mind. So getting you online. The next video will cover how to get your craft online quickly and easily, and that's why I'm so excited about it. Can't wait to share it with you. We've got some great information there. And doing this without spending a fortune. No, none of us want to spend a fortune to get online before we've even started our business. So that's our main aim for the next video. So leave me a comment, ask me some questions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. And isn't this frog really cute? Anyway, I'll see you very soon in the next video. Thank you for listening.